Hey guys, welcome to Recovery Uncovered. This is Nico at the Avante Ibogaine Institute, and thanks for joining us tonight. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. It helps us a lot. I'm going to tell you a little bit later about a promotion we're going to be doing when we hit 500 subscribers and I think 1,000 likes. We're going to be giving away a full scholarship, a full scholarship for treatment to someone in desperate need. So you can contribute and help by liking and subscribing to the podcast here. Um, Today, I want to talk to you about various treatment centers throughout the world, including Mexico, where everybody thinks that that's the only place to go for clinical ibogaine treatment. But I want to talk about the other locations that are available to you, such as the Bahamas, where the Avante Ibogaine Institute has been for the past 13 years. Costa Rica, where there's several competent centers. Portugal, at Europe, the Netherlands, used to be in Canada, but not so much any longer. Regulations changed that. But yeah, so there's many options for you to consider top quality clinical ibogaine treatment centers throughout the world. So we just had a client come in we had a client from Germany last week. We've had clients from Australia, from London, England, several. But we had a client come in very recently from the Netherlands, and I found that interesting. We were honored and privileged that he came to us here, but he left the Netherlands where there's several competent clinics, and I never got a straight answer on exactly why, other than he wanted to come to Avante, and we were, like I say, honored. So what is the difference between attending a clinic in Mexico or the Bahamas or Costa Rica or throughout Europe? Spain is what I mentioned earlier. Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, and other places. Well, one universal thing is that we're all morally self-regulated for the most part. So what does that mean? It means that there is no defined or specific um, medical board oversight or governmental oversight of this field of work. It's highly unique, highly specialized, and so you want to find a center, most importantly, that has a high moral standard, right, of accountability. A clinical ibogaine treatment center that um, has effected standards and policies that of safety, of operation, and of clinical protocol that are not only effective but safe. Those are the primary differences that you want to seek out, right? And now we all know that you can't please everybody all of the time. You know, there are some clients, it happens on occasion, even at Avante, although we do our very best not to allow it to, but there are some that you just cannot exceed their expectation. It happens from time to time, every blue moon. But for the most part, you want to find a center that, as I say, has been around for a number of years, that has stood the test of time, and that has a good reputation, barring, like I say, the occasional black eye that some people, it's beyond, they don't come prepared, they refuse to follow guidance, and it doesn't go well for them uh, when they do arrive. So those are really the key things you want to look for when you're researching ibogaine treatment centers. Websites, beautiful websites, anybody can build a beautiful website. Let's just call it what it is. It's about the people within the operation that make it special. And we recognize week in and week out at Avante, we recognize that our patients, our clients that come to us are coming to us in a level of despair likely they've never been to, and they are in desperately seeking help, and we take that very personally, and in some cases emotionally. Unfortunately for me, um, we're invested in our clients' recovery. We just take it terribly personally. And I know that there are other centers out there that feel the same way and operate the same way. And I'm going to tell you about a couple of them later on in the podcast. Another thing to look for is the safety of the region where you're going. You know, the Bahamas is extraordinarily safe. We know this. Tourism is the primary domestic product of, or the primary source of revenue for the Bahamas. They treat tourism with very high regard. Tourists are very well cared for when they come to the Bahamas. So it's super safe here in Nassau. Mexico doesn't have that level of reputation. Unfortunately, it's changed a lot since I was younger, back in the 80s, when I used to go to Mexico and enjoy it a lot with my family. But Mexico holds a close place in my heart, and the people of Mexico are lovely. And you know, there's some very good centers in Mexico. There just are. It's just a fact. And provided you attend a quality center in Mexico, you're good to go. You'll be good to go, because they're going to take really good care of you. They're going to greet you at the airport. They're going to take you in a controlled, vehicle, with safe people, to the residential housing unit, and they're going to provide you with top tier clinical protocol and standards of care that all the top clinics subscribe to. A couple of those, like I told you I was going to mention to you, one of them that we feel very strongly about is Mission Within. Mission Within. And they're in Tijuana, Mexico. I know that sounds, Tijuana, but I've never been to their new place, but I've seen photos, and I know Dr. Martin Polanco very, very well, and it's beautiful. Their center is a very nice setting, and they do things the right way. Dr. Polanco is an encyclopedia on Ibogaine. I mean, he's the go-to guy. A lot of the clinics, especially the newer ones, don't even realize that they're utilizing protocols that Dr. Polanco that he created himself. And so, because he's not one to go out and toot his own horn, but Mission Within is an exceptional clinical provider of Ibogaine treatment. And the only thing is that they work exclusively with veterans. So for civilian clientele, that would likely not work. But for civilian clientele who are interested in going to Mexico, Ambio Life. Look up ambio.life. And that is JD, Jonathan Dickinson, and Trevor Millar, and both exceptional men. They've both been around in the field of Ibogaine and entheogens for many, many moons, a lot of years, and a lot of knowledge, highly morally self-regulated, really good standards of ethics, super safe place to go, and worth every nickel to get your life back at ambio.life. And then, of course, the Avante Ibogaine Institute here in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas. I mean, I'm grossly biased, so there's not a lot I can say that that isn't about Avante. So I'll leave it at that. But we'd we'd love to have you here. We would be honored to help you and or your family to with your clinical Ibogaine treatment. And yeah, we subscribe to the same standards as both Mission Within and Ambio Life. You know, and when we opened Avante, by the way, you know, many years ago, there was a couple reasons we did it. And one of them was to service the East Coast of the United States, make it a little bit more convenient to people. Also to give them an alternative to Mexico, where everyone thought that was the only place in the world you could go for Ibogaine treatment. It's untrue. It was several clinics opened in Mexico many years ago, and they still do today because uh, you know, that was just where they went early on. But as I say, there are clinics all over the world now. Not hundreds. There may be 100 total. I don't know. But you know, there's a top 10. You know, there's truly a top 10 in this field of work, and finding one of those is important. It's very important. While we're talking about Mexico, you know, all the all the the talk about, you know, the safety of Mexico. There's some truth to it. Let's just face it. Let's call it what it is. But as I say, provided you attend a quality center, they're going to take good care of you. So so I wouldn't weigh a whole lot into that. Yes, the cartels are alive and well in Mexico. They're woven into the fabric of the communities. They're in politics. They're in law enforcement. They own businesses, um, you know, cover businesses or whatever they call them for, you know, and so it's there. But you know, you're going there for a specific purpose. You should be at the center for nearly the entire term of your stay. You should be under the guidance and supervision of the center's personnel. Um, and so, yeah, you shouldn't have any problem at all with Mexico. Bahamas, again, just super safe. Can't say enough about it. There's just it's it's probably the safest place to travel to in the Caribbean. Um, Certainly safer than Jamaica, certainly safer than some other of the Caribbean islands. It's the Bahamas is supremely safe. So as I mentioned when we opened, we are this whole like and subscribe thing is really important. I don't really understand it, but it's supremely important. If it doesn't if we don't get likes and subscribers, apparently Google doesn't like us, and we need Google to like us, please. So here's what we're going to do, and you know, we do this no matter several times a year, but we're going to dedicate a a full ride scholarship to this campaign where, and so you can help someone in need, in desperate need, that is otherwise financially unable to make it happen to come for Ibogaine treatment at the Avante Institute. We are going to give a full ride scholarship for treatment, including airfare, round trip airfare, anywhere from the continental U.S. And that is going to happen once we achieve 1,000 likes and 500 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a tall order to me, but again, I'm old school, so I'm super old school, so I really don't get it. But anyway, help us. Tell your friends, tell your family, anything you can do so we can get someone down here with your help and get them help. Okay, so I'm Nico at the Avante Ibogaine Institute. I'm the senior program coordinator here, and this is Recovery Uncovered. Thanks a lot for tuning in with us. Like and subscribe as many times as you can, I think. And we'll see you next time.